What's going on YouTube? I've gotten a lot of questions on what machines I use, what's my opinion on this machine, that brand, this and that and the third, which one was better for color, which one was better for black and gray. And today I thought I'd take some time to really explain and give my opinions, just opinions, on what I thought was a good machine. So, with further ado, let's get into this dope intro. So, let me first start by saying I've used a lot of machines in my time. I've tried a lot of machines. I've actually used some for longer periods of time than others. And what I will say is that me using coil machines was probably some of the best machines that I've used for color. With me doing color all the time and me love doing color, I try to find a machine that fits best to my needs, or that met to my needs, I should say. Coils was really one of the best machines until I got introduced to the rotaries. Now, when you first start out, of course you had a couple, you start out with some of the cheap machines. Well, I at least did. And then as time went on, I got to get better machines. So one of my first machines that was a coil that I loved the most was this one. No, you can zoom in and get that. Yeah, there we go. Was this one. Now, I bought this one from the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention one year, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. I would use it for lining, I would use it for color, I would use it for my black and gray even. This machine did it all. And by far was one of my favorites. That's why I kept it. And I'm actually thinking about going back to lining with this machine because it gave me great lines and it gave me them strong lines that I look for when I do my bold lines and my color and things of that nature. So the second machine that I started to use was matter of fact, I should say my first rotary that I started to use that was very good with color was an FKIORN. Now, I've experienced two FKIORNs and I love them. I promise you, these is probably one of my top favorites, I should say. And it was the FKIORN Spektra Halo 2. And it was also the Spektra Direkt 2. Now, these two machines I've used for a very, very, very long time. I would use them for color, like I said, black and gray. I would use them for everything. But when it came to color, I really felt like FKIORN gave me that look that I was going for. It packed the color in solid. It made sure that everything that I did was 100%. So, these machines was and this is why I didn't get rid of these either. These is probably one of my favorite machines of all time. And I've seen people do black and gray with them. It gave me some soft shading, but I can also tune it to give me the great, great, great color that I look for. It's hard to really find machines that pack in color the way I like to pack in color. Besides like a coil machine, it's very hard to find them in a rotary. Some rotaries are meant to be black and gray. So you gotta really look at the specs of the machine, look at the specifics of the machine, stuff like that, because some machines they're just not meant for color, and some are meant for lining, and some are meant for colors. And I can say by far, these are meant to do it all, literally. And let me say this. In my time, I've experienced some bootleg machines. And it's crazy because, I've experienced some really bad bootleg machines, and I've experienced some okay good bootleg machines. Now I'm not saying go out and get a bootleg machine. Don't do that.
No. Oh no.
Don't do that whatsoever. But I've experienced and I've tried all types of machines because I'm a person that likes to just try and understand and see what's good. You know what I'm saying? But I recently came across this machine that I bought, and I was kind of skeptical of it. But when I got it, it was a very good machine. It hits hard. It gives me the color packing. It gives me the smooth black and gray. It packs them lines in there. So, and I'm kind of leaning towards this machine. I love it a lot. And it was a peak machine. This machine right here, I've been using it for a little bit now, and it's a good machine. I bought it not too long ago. It's a nice, reasonable price. I'll put the link down below to where you can get it. It's definitely a reasonable price. It's a good machine. It's lightweight. Doesn't feel too crazy in the hand. And you know how coils used to like make your they tend to make your hand hurt in this area right here, and your hand starts to stress out a little bit as you continue to use coil machines. But this machine, just like the FKIORN, this machine really is a great machine. And you know, I'm going to continue to use this machine for a very long time. Well, until, you know, things mess up or whatever the case may be. But this is by far one of my favorite machines. And I've actually considered, you know, buying another machine strictly for black and gray. And like I was saying before with the other machines, when you go to purchase these machines off of the website, they have in the details, in the descriptions of the machines, they tell you which ones are for black and gray, which ones are for lining, and which ones are for shading. Now, don't get me wrong, they're all good with lining, but at the same token, some are good for black and gray and some are good for shading. I mean, for color. And I feel like that specific one was perfect for the color. I looked at the description, I looked at everything about the machine, and it was great with the color. And I recently used it on a colored piece. It was a great color piece, and I loved how it came out. And you know, it was just an all-around machine. So, with that being said, I also want to talk about, and one thing I can also say, the next thing I want to say about using these different machines is the coils. One thing I can say, is that the coils were good machines. Like I said, they're phenomenal machines. They're always going to be top dogs in my eyes. There's nothing that can beat a coil machine. But the strain came in when, you would use the disposable tubes and stuff like that. It just kind of got too much for me. And the grips and different things and all that stuff that was just like extra with the coil machines. But I was on Amazon one day and I was looking for a grip that that was adjustable. And with me using different machines and stuff like that, I've also tried out different adjustable adjustable grips. Some are good, some are not. Some break easily, some don't. But I ran across this one good grip, and it's this grip right here. Get it focused. There we go. And this is a good grip to me in my eyes. It's a very good grip. It holds up. It clicks to let you know the different variations of where you at and stuff like that. It adjusts the needle great. And I've used it on a lot of my rotary machines. This grip is very good. I just place it inside of the grip. I'm at the machine. Okay, give me a second. And once it's in, it's locked in. It's sturdy. I like it. I like this machine, and this is my everyday setup. This is my everyday machine. This is what I use because I'm, like I said, I do a lot of color, so this is what I use every day. And that's just my take on it. Link will be in the description about all the machines, everything that I just described and all that other stuff, where you can get them at and so forth and so on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, comment, subscribe, smash that bell. That's what I meant. Ring it, bam, smash it, whatever. But, you know, go ahead, do all that. Everything will be in the description. Till the next video.